If I could give someone just one piece of advice to improve their handstand balance, it would undoubtedly be this advice that I heard from Luis Sarabia, an ex-gymnast and acrobat from Cuba. He said, get tall. That's it, just get tall. But trust me, it's great advice, and in this video, I'm going to explain exactly what that means. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm out on my morning walk. Thought this would be a good change of scenery to shoot a video today. And for those of you new to the channel, by the way, my name's Ryan. I'm a certified personal trainer and fitness nutrition specialist who likes to eat plants and do handstands. Getting tall literally means getting tall. It's like you're trying to reach for the sky, like touch the sky with your feet because you're upside down. But how do you do this and how do you train for it so that you can actually apply it when you're practicing your handstands? So first, what I recommend doing is working just on the upper body piece. So to practice this, start off by doing pike serratus presses. Okay, what you're going to do is basically elevate your scapula by pressing from the serratus anterior, which is a muscle just below your armpit. It originates at the ribs and it wraps around beneath your scapula. So get into your best pike, all right, hands on the floor. And what you want to do is you want to pay attention to the gap that forms between your shoulders and your ears and just focus on closing that gap. All right, you want to press hard into the floor, initiate this movement by pressing with your serratus. All right, so you're pressing from beneath your armpits, from that muscle, and you should feel the gap between your ears and shoulders closing up with each rep. You're not doing full pike push-ups. You're basically just elevating the scapula and then relaxing, and then elevating and then relaxing. And you perform that for reps. I think I do like 8 or 10 reps per set and build up the strength like that. Sorry about all the loud birds. There's a lot of birds out here. So once you can do the serratus presses on the ground, then what you want to do is do serratus presses in an actual handstand position. I recommend doing handstands against a wall, and you can do back to wall handstands or chest to wall, whatever you prefer. Both of them, I think, equally work the serratus and work on scapular elevation. So whatever you prefer, I usually do back to wall handstand when I practice these, but you just want to press into the ground just like you did in the pike version, elevate the scapula, and then relax the serratus, and then keep repeating that for reps. Now the top position with your scapula elevated, that is going to be what you want to hold during your entire handstand. So keep working on that and building up the strength. And then the second exercise I want you to do is a hollow body, but with dynamic leg movements. So what this means is you're going to get into the standard hollow body position and you want to focus on the lower body. You want to focus on really doing the posterior pelvic tilt and lifting those legs off the floor. And when you do this, it's important that you try to press your legs. You're extending your legs and trying to press your toes at the wall in front of you. All right, that's the main part of getting tall with the lower body, is when you do the hollow body, remember to point the toes forward by contracting the calves and try to touch the wall in front of you. It's like you're trying to drive your legs away from the rest of your body. But in addition to this, strengthen your core by working on leg movements. All right, this is a dynamic hollow body. You can move your legs up and down, left to right, clockwise circles, counterclockwise circles, whatever you want to do, but moving those legs a little bit are really going to strengthen your core. All right, guys, there's a lot of birds and chainsaws and roosters and all kinds of stuff going on, so I apologize for all the background noise. So how do you apply this stuff in a handstand? That's the question, right? You've been working on your scapular elevation in the dynamic hollow body, and now you want to apply it upside down. So how do you do that? Well, one trick that really works is getting into a back to wall handstand, and then one leg at a time, you take your feet off the wall and practice all these cues with the wall right behind you. So that was one method that I used. But ultimately, what I ended up doing was just kicking up, practicing my kick-ups, and trying to apply all of these and get tall when I caught that hang time before I bailed. So if you've seen my previous handstand tutorial, you know that I talk about learning how to bail out and trying to catch hang time before you bail. So all you got to do is, before you bail out, just try to get tall. Just press into the ground, tighten up the abs and the glutes for posterior pelvic tilt, and then tighten up those legs and try to just reach for the sky with your toes. Switching to voiceovers really quick, guys, because I figured that'd be easier.
One trick is to get tall before you even kick up. And what I mean by that is you can see here I'm elevating my scapula already, pushing with my serratus. And when I lift a leg behind me, I'm bracing my core. So now when I kick up and get inverted, I just have to tighten the legs, point the toes, and boom, I've locked it out, and I'm tall, and I've landed the handstand. So go ahead and practice getting tall. You can activate 2 out of the 3 cues before you even kick up. And when I started doing this, it really helped me land my handstands more consistently. A lot more often I'm able to land in a handstand when I kick up. So make sure you keep that in mind as well when you practice.
At first, this is going to feel really difficult, especially because you're upside down, right? And you're doing it freestanding. But once you get the hang of it, it doesn't take too long. You're going to see what I mean. This is the best tip for handstand balance that I could share. And it's all about that full body tension or total body tension that I've talked about in previous videos. It's about tension throughout the whole kinetic chain. And when you do that in a handstand, it really makes you feel lighter and easier to balance. It's like you're a plank or like a pole just standing up straight, and it takes a lot more to tip you over, right? Whereas if you had a wet noodle standing up straight, it's going to be flimsy and flopping all over the place. So this is all about total body tension. I have to say the number one handstand related question I get on Instagram, Facebook, and in the YouTube comments is definitely, how do I consistently land my handstand, or how can I balance for longer? They'll tell me that they can balance for 5 seconds, but they can't seem to get past 5 seconds. Well, you need to work on your total body tension, and getting tall is going to help you do that. All right, everybody, you know the drill. As always, if this video was helpful to you, please hit that like button. That really helps me out in return. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and stay tuned because I will upload again next week. Talk to you then.